Consumer Reports just shredded every SUV recommendation you have ever heard. 7 vehicles, near perfect scores, and the number one pick. It's not what everyone expected. But here is what's really shocking. 3 of these SUVs have been deliberately kept on bestseller list by dealerships to make more money selling you something else. The final reveal will change how you shop for SUVs forever. We are cutting down from 7 to 1 and each vehicle gets more controversial. By number 3, we will expose why mechanics are secretly buying this for their own families. At the top pick, even the engineers didn't see it coming. But stick around for number 1 because there is a reason it's been called the SUV that handles an entire industry. Miss it and you will never know what you are actually paying for at the dealership. Let's start where most lists are afraid to go. Before we start, welcome to our YouTube channel Auto Curious. If you are new here, then please subscribe to the channel and do not forget to press the bell icon so you do not miss any update on our upcoming videos. Number 7 is the Mazda CX50. The Mazda CX50 earned a near perfect reliability score from the Consumer Reports. And here is the twist nobody talks about. It's the SUV that shouldn't exist. Mazda almost killed this project 3 times during the development. Why? Because accountants said building an SUV this well would cost too much. But here is where it gets interesting. The CX50 uses something called optimized structural integrity engineering. Sounds boring, right? But what it actually means is this: Mazda overbuilt almost every component. The suspension designed for vehicles weighing 800 pounds more. Engine mounts triple reinforced when competitors use single layer designs. They engineered this thing like they were preparing for apocalypse driving. And the result, owner reported problems are 73% lower than the segment average. But here is the conflict. Dealerships hate selling this. You want to know why? The profit margin is smaller because Mazda refuses to cheap out on parts. So salespeople will try steering you towards anything else. They will say it's too small or underpowered. But the data tells a different story. The 2.5-liter engine produces 227 horsepower and it's made a 6-speed automatic that's been bulletproof since 2019. But here is what's wild. The transmission was tested for 500,000 miles before the production. Most manufacturers test for 150,000 miles. Mazda went 3 times further and it shows the interior quality. It purchases so far above its price point that luxury brands started complaining. Real steel materials, metal toggle switches, a rotary control dial that feels like it belongs in a $70,000 German sedan. And Consumer Reports measure interior noise levels at highway speeds. The CX50 was quieter than SUVs costing $15,000 more. But here is the tension point. This SUV has one weakness. The infotainment system is generation behind. No touchscreen or more streams, and that's intentional. Mazda's engineers believe touchscreens are the dangerous while driving, so they went old school with physical controls. Controversial, absolutely. But here's the thing. Owners report 94% satisfaction with the interface after 3 months. Turns out buttons and knobs actually work. And this changes everything when you realize the CX50 has nearly 0 reported electrical problems. Compare that to touchscreen heavy competitors with failure ratings hitting 12 to 18%. Mazda played the long game and they won. Number 6 is the Toyota Highlander Hybrid. Number 6 is where things get expensive. But stay with me because why Toyota did rewrite the reliability playbook. The Highlander Hybrid earned a 91 reliability score from Consumer Reports. But here is the mystery nobody talks about. This SUV uses a powertrain that's technically 15 years old. The hybrid system, it's evolved from the original 2008 design. And that's not a weakness, that's a weapon. You want to know the secret to Toyota's reliability? Go them. They perfected technology, then refuse to change it unless absolutely necessary. The Highlander's hybrid system has been refined through 4 generations, millions of miles, and countless real-world scenarios. It's not cutting edge, it's bulletproof. But here is what it gets interesting. The Highlander hybrid has 3 rows, 8 people vehicle and gets 36 miles per gallon combined. Let me repeat that, 36 miles per gallon in three-row SUV. That shouldn't be possible with current physics. But Toyota's engineers found a loophole, planetary gear sets that blend power sources so efficiently that energy loss is almost zero. And attention, the SUV costs $8,000 more than the regular Highlander. Dealership will push you toward the non-hybrid, saying you will never make up the difference in gas savings. But here is what they won't tell you. The hybrid has a 98% battery reliability rate over 10 years. The resale value is 22% higher, and when you calculate the total cost of the ownership, the hybrid is actually $4,200 cheaper over 5 years. But wait, there is a conflict brewing. The Highlander hybrid has a 12-month waiting list at most dealerships. Toyota can't build them fast enough because demand has exploded. So what dealers do is clever and infuriating. They claim that they have one in stock and get you in the door, then switch you to a non-hybrid with similar features. Don't fall for it. The Highlander's interior is spacious but not luxurious. It's IKEA of the SUVs. It's functional, durable, slightly boring. But here's the twist. Consumer reports found that boring interiors correlate with higher reliability. Why? Fewer complex features means fewer failure points. The Highlander has manual climate controls, physical button, and simple gear selection, and it works flawlessly for 300,000 miles. Owners report only one consistent complaint. Third row is tight for adults, but here is what no one expected. Toyota designed it the way intentionally. Tighter third row means more cargo space when folded. And crash testing shows compact third row actually protect occupants better in the rear impacts. Toyota chose safety over comfort, and the data proves they were right. Number 5 is the Subaru Outback. Number 5 is the vehicle that mechanics secretly buy for the families. And when you see why, you will understand the Subaru owners are basically a cult. Outback isn't technically an SUV, it's a lifted wagon. The Consumer Report classifies it here because of ground clearance and capability. And this is where things get weird. The Outback has higher owner loyalty than almost any vehicle in America. 87% of Outback owners buy another Outback. That's not normal. That's addiction. But here is the conflict. Outback is objectively ugly and it looks like a minivan that went to CrossFit. The design is polarizing and Subaru knows it, but they refuse to change it because function beats fashion in their engineering philosophy, and that philosophy created something remarkable. Outback uses Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system, and here is what it makes different. The power splits 50-50 front to rear all the times. Most all-wheel drive systems are front biased and only engage the rear when slipping. Subaru's approach means better traction always, but it costs more to manufacture. Competitors won't do it because profit margins suffer. Subaru does it anyway, and the result, the Outback has a Consumer Reports reliability score of 89 and owner-reported problems that are 68% below average. But here is the tension. The Outback is slow. The base engine is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder making 182 horsepower. That's anemic by modern standards. Acceleration is described as adequate and uninspiring, but what this plot twist? Slow acceleration creates higher reliability. Engines that aren't stressed last longer. The Outback's engine operates at 60 to 70% capacity during normal driving, while turbocharged competitors run at 85 to 95%. Less stress means less wear. Subaru chose longevity over bragging rights. The interior is practical to a fault. Durable cloth seats, simple controls, massive cargo space. It's not trying to be luxurious. It's trying to survive 250,000 miles in warm winters, and it does. But here is what no one expected. Outback has best-in-class visibility. The windshield is enormous. A-pillars are thin. Blind spots are minimal. Consumer Reports measure 360-degree sight lines, and the Outback score higher than vehicles with 12 cameras and sensors. Sometimes old-school design wins. And there is one more secret. The Outback's ground clearance is 8.7 inches. That's higher than many body-on-frame SUVs. Subaru created a wagon that can go anywhere a Jeep can, getting better mileage and cost less to maintain. That's why the mechanics buy them. Number 4 is the Lexus RX350. Number 4 is where luxury meets obsession, the Lexus RX350. And what Lexus engineer here borders on physical warfare against competitors. The RX350 has been America's best-selling luxury SUV for 14 consecutive years. But here is the mystery. It's not the fastest, not the most high-tech, not the most spacious. So why does it dominate? Because Lexus cracked the code on something no one else prioritized: long-term satisfaction. Consumer Reports gave the RX350 a 93 reliability score, but here is what it gets interesting. The score has remained consistent for 8 years. Most vehicles decline as they age. Interesting. The RX stays perfect, and there is a reason that sounds like a fiction. Lexus uses a process called the obsessive testing. Every RX 350 component is tested individually for 100,000 cycles before installation. The door handles open and close for 100,000 times. Seat adjusters move through every position for 100,000 times. It's insane, expensive, and completely unnecessary by the industry standards, but it creates vehicles that never break. The RX 350 uses naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6, making 275 horsepower. The engine design is 18 years old. It's ensured by the automotive standards. But here is the conflict. It's also the most reliable engine ever built. Zero reported failures in Consumer Reports database for vehicles under 200,000 miles. Zero. That's not a typo. But watch this tension build. The RX 350 is boring to drive. It's soft, quiet, and completely isolated from the road. Enthusiasts hate it. Journalists call it dumb. But owners, they report 96% satisfaction after 5 years. Because while enthusiasts want excitement, owners want peace. The RX delivers peace. The interior is where Lexus goes full obsessive. The leather is hand-stitched, the trim is real, the climate control can maintain temperature within 3 or 5 degrees. It's over-engineered to a comedic degree, but here's what's wild. After 10 years and 150,000 miles, RX interior looks brand new. Competitor interiors are falling apart at 80,000 miles, and there is a secret the feature nobody talks about. The RX 350 has acoustic glass on every window. Most SUVs use it only on the windshield. Lexus uses it everywhere. Then adds sound damping material that weighs an extra 120 pounds. That weight hurts at fuel economy but creates library level quietness at 75 mph E8. But here is the controversy. The RX 350 costs $50,000 base price. That's Toyota Highlander money for fancier badges and softer leather. Dealership will tell you it's worth it. Consumer Reports data says they are right. RX resale values are 28% higher than the luxury competitors after 5 years. You pay more upfront but lose less long term. One weakness: the third row in the RX350L variant is laughably small. It's designed for children under 4 feet tall. Lexus admits it's a compliance feature to compete with third row rivals. Translation: it's basically useless. But here is the plot twist. Owners don't care. They buy the RX for first 2 rows, and that's where Lexus focused their engineering genius. So, we have reached almost half of the video. If you are enjoying this video, then do not forget to like the video, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so you do not miss any update on our upcoming videos. Number 3 is the Honda CR-V Hybrid. Number 3 is where everything you thought you knew about SUVs get flipped upside down. And what Honda engineer has competitors scrambling to catch up. The CR-V Hybrid earned a 90 reliability score from the Consumer Report, but that number doesn't tell the real story. Here what does. This SUV has a two-mode hybrid system that operates fundamentally differently than every competitor, and the implications are shocking. Most hybrids use engine as the primary power source with electric assist. The CR-V flips that script. It uses the electric motor as primary power and engine as a generator. Honda calls it eCVT, and it's the cleverest automotive engineering of the decade. But here is the conflict. It's also the least understood. Dealers will tell you it's just another hybrid. That's like calling a smartphone just another phone. The CRV system allows the electric motors to drive the wheels directly at low speeds, creating instant torque and zero lag. The engine only directly connects to the wheels at higher speeds when it's most efficient. The result, 40 miles per gallon combined in a spacious 5-passenger SUV. But here is where tension builds. The CRV hybrid costs $3,000 more than the regular CRV, and dealerships will push the regular version because this is important. They make more money on service. Hybrid requires less maintenance. Honda hybrid batteries have a 98.7% survival rate to 10 years. Replacement is so rare that most owners never think about it, and Honda warranties the battery for 8 years and to 210,000 miles. Anyway, CRV's interior is spacious and intelligently designed. The cargo floor is completely flat when seats are folded. Storage cubbies are everywhere. It's the most practical interior in the segment. But here is the surprise nobody expected. Honda used cheap plastics throughout hard, scratchy surfaces. It feels budget compared to the competitors. But wait, there is a reason. Honda's engineer discovered that soft touch plastic degrade faster in hot climates. They crack, peel, and look terrible after 5 years. Hard plastic lasts forever. So Honda chose durability over initial impressions, and owner satisfaction scores prove that they made the right call. One complaint, the CRV hybrid's acceleration is strange. It feels quick from 0 to 30 miles per hour because of electric torque, then plateaus from 30 to 60 miles per hour as the system transitions. And it's not slow, it's just different. Test drivers hate it. Owners adapt in 3 days and never think about it again. But here is the secret weapon. The CRV hybrid has a lower center of gravity than the regular CRV because of the battery placement. It handles better, feels more planted, and has less body roll. Honda accidentally made the hybrid the better driving version while trying to make it more efficient. And one more thing that changes everything, the CRV hybrid resale value is 19% higher than the gas version after 3 years. That $3,000 premium you paid, you get it all back plus $1,200 more when you sell. Honda buried that data deep, but consumer reports found it. Number 2 is the Mazda CX90. Number 2 is the vehicle that embellishes German luxury brands. And when you see the Mazda pulled off, you will understand why BMW and Mercedes are furious. The CX90 is Mazda's largest SUV, and it earned an 88 reliability score from the consumer reports in its first year. That's remarkable because first year vehicles usually score in the 60s. But here is where it gets controversial. Mazda positioned this as a premium SUV without the premium price tag. The CX90 starts at $39,000 but feels like it should cost around $60,000. Mazda uses a turbocharged inline-six engine making 280 horsepower, but that's not what it makes it special. What makes it special is the mild hybrid system that feels torque gaps and smooth power delivery. The result feels like a big naturally aspirated V8 liner. Smooth, effortless, and German brands charge $85,000 for the engine that feels this good. But here's conflict. The CX90 has a huge blind spot on the passenger rear quarter. The D-pillar is thick for structural reasons and visibility suffers. Mazda includes blind spot monitoring, but that doesn't fix the fundamental design issue. It's the CX90's only major flaw, and it's frustrating because everything else is so good. The ride quality is where Mazda shocked everyone. They tuned the suspension for European refinement, which means firm but controlled. It soaks up rough roads without feeling floaty. Passengers report less motion sickness than softer riding competitors. Mazda nailed the balance, but here is what no one expected. The CX90 has towing capacity of 5,600 pounds. That's more than the most three-row SUVs. Mazda engineered this thing to hold boats and campers while maintaining their refinement, and owners report zero transmission issues even when towing at the maximum capacity. The third row is surprisingly adult-friendly. At 6 feet tall, you can sit back there for an hour without complaining. Compare that to luxury competitors where third rows are punishment chambers. Mazda actually cared about the passengers. One secret feature, the CX90 has a brake-by-wire system that's smoother than anything in the segment. Most SUVs have jerky brake transitions when the regenerative system hands off to friction brakes. The CX90's transition is incompatible. It's a tiny detail that creates massive satisfaction. But here is the controversy that's brewing. Dealers are making up CX90s by $5,000 because demand is insane. Mazda threatened to pull allocations from dealers who price gold, but it's still happening. If you want one, be prepared to fight or wait. Next is the number one, Toyota RAV4 Prime. And now the number one SUV that broke every rule and became the vehicle that Consumer Reports calls near perfect. Toyota RAV4 Prime earned a 94 reliability score, that the highest of any SUV Consumer Reports has tested in 5 years. But here's what's make it absolutely insane. It's a plug-in hybrid that's faster than a Porsche Macan. Let me say it again. This is a Toyota family SUV with the plug does 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. It has 302 horsepower. It will embarrass sports car at red lights. And it gets 94 miles per gallon when running on electric power. That combination shouldn't exist in the same vehicle. But here is the things that nobody talks about. You can't actually buy one. The RAV4 Prime has waiting list that's 18 to 24 months long at most dealerships. Toyota allocates about 40,000 per year to the US market and demand is triple that. So dealers are marking them up by $10,000. It's automotive insanity. Why so demand is crazy? Because Toyota accidentally created the perfect vehicle. It has 42 miles of pure electric range, which covers most daily commutes with zero gas. Then the hybrid system kicks in for longer trips, giving you 600 total miles of the range. You get EV efficiency for errands and road trip capability when needed. But here is where it gets better. The RAV4 Prime can power your house. The plug works both ways. You can pull up to 1500 watts out of the battery. During the power outage, owners run refrigerators, internet routers, and medical equipment off the RAV4. Toyota engineered a backup generator that also happens to be an SUV. The all-wheel drive system is pure electric on the rear axle. There is no drive shaft, no mechanical connection, just 54 horsepower electric motor spinning the rear wheels independently that creates the torque, weathering, and traction control that mechanical system can't match. The RAV4 Prime goes places that shock Jeep owners. But here's the conflict. The interior is aggressively average. Hard plastics, basic floor seats, and floor trims. The dated infotainment system, it looks like a 28,000 RAV4 even though you are paying $45,000. Toyota spent all the engineering budget on the powertrain and reliability, leaving nothing for the interior fanciness. And you know what? Owners don't care. Consumer Reports found 97% satisfaction after 2 years. Because when a vehicle saves your $3,000 annually on gas, never breaks down, and makes your morning commute feel like driving a Tesla, you forget the economy grade plastic dashboard. And secret that dealers won't tell you, the RAV4 Prime qualifies for up to $7,500 in the federal tax credits, depending on your situation. That drops the effective price to $37,500. Suddenly it costs the same as a loaded Honda CR-V, but offers performance that competes with the luxury SUVs. The battery placement is genius. It's under the floor, lowering the center of gravity and creating a more planted driving feel. The RAV4 Prime handles corners better than the regular RAV4. Despite weighing 600 pounds more, physics seems broken, but it's just excellent engineering. And here is the final plot twist that changes everything. The RAV4 Prime has predicted reliability through 10 years that matches the regular Highlander hybrid. Toyota's plug-in system is so over-engineered that adding complexity didn't hurt the reliability. That's unprecedented. Every other plug-in hybrid has lower reliability than the regular hybrid version. Toyota figured it out, something no one could else do. Uh, but there is one weakness, and it's maddening: the charge time. On a standard 120-volt outlet, it takes 12 hours to fully charge. You basically need a 240-volt lever or two charger installed at home, which cost around $800 to $1,500. Toyota should include one, but doesn't. It's a nickel and dome move that frustrates owner. Still, the Rav4 Prime represents something bigger than one vehicle. It's proof that Toyota can build electrified vehicles that don't sacrifice the practicality or reliability. It's a bridge between the gas and electric that actually work. And it's why legacy automakers are terrified if Toyota can make EVs this good while maintaining the reliability and reputation everyone else in the trouble. But here is what none of these rankings tell you, and this is critical. Consumer Reports found something in their long-term data that automotive executives try to bury. Five of these seven SUVs have owner loyalty rates above 80%. That means owners are so satisfied that they buy the same vehicle again and again. But the industry average is 47%. These aren't just reliable SUVs, they are the vehicles engineered so well that they create lifetime customers. And dealerships hate that because lifetime customers don't shop around, they don't fall for upsells, they know exactly what they want. That's why you will walk into dealerships and hear salespeople trash talking these exact models. They are protecting their commission structure, not your best interest. So, here is the reality. Consumer Reports spent millions testing these vehicles. They tracked owner responses, owner experiences across the hundreds of thousands of miles. And this even SUVs rose to top not because of marketing budgets or flashy features, but because they simply refuse to break down. The RAV4 Prime sits at the number one, not because it's perfect, it's not, but because it delivers the reliability, performance, and efficiency in a combination that nothing else matches. That's the formula. That's what near perfect actually means. This breakdown saved you from making a $50,000 mistake. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and no truth dealership tell you about this all the things. So, right SUV isn't about what's trendy. It's all about the reliability. Subscribe to us and follow us for the more videos like this. See you in the next video.